Hey there, and welcome to Second Act Simplified. I'm Jamie, and this podcast is for women in midlife who are ready for their next chapter, but on their own terms. Here, we talk about simplifying life, finding focus, and building what's next. Each week, I share practical tips, mindset resets, and real stories to help you create a space for what matters most in your second act. Now, let's talk about this season, the one we're in right now. I don't know about you, but this time of the year, it feels like my to-do list gets longer while the daylight gets shorter. And we're managing work, family, home, and everything that goes with it. Plus the holidays are coming up. So right now, as I record this, we're about 2 weeks out from Halloween. Honestly, it feels like with everything going on, it's really easy to disappear in the mix. So today's episode is talking about taking back your calm, your clarity, and control before the chaos even starts. And we're going to look at what it means to simplify the season. And we want to get you ready for January, which is when many women decide that they're going to have a pivot, whether that's a career pivot or a primary focus that they want to take into the new year. So let's find a quiet spot and let's make this season your stay centered, not scattered season. Most women carry the weight of the holidays. We're managing all the expectations. We're organizing the events, buying the gifts, not just making dinners, but we're also managing the emotions, the relationships, trying to make sure everybody has a happy holiday. Even when we want to slow down and enjoy those moments, there's a lot of pressure to do that and make everybody else happy and make sure they have a memorable holiday. When we spend all our time worrying about everybody else, we're losing touch with our own experience. So we leave frazzled, in some cases, not everybody. We leave frazzled and tired. It's the invisible load, the emotional, the mental labor that creates burnout. And that's really what this season is about, creating enough space in your mind and in your schedule so that you can go into January ready to go. You'll feel grounded, focused, and ready for your next chapter. So why does simplifying early matter? I think we talked about this in a couple episodes back. I'll put that in the show notes. But I've had seasons where I've waited till mid-December to really get it together and get the kids holiday gifts. It doesn't leave the family with the best experience. Certainly not me. I ended up just feeling frazzled, guilty, and not really happy with the gifts that I got the kids that year. The years that I've planned, I've done better. Creating a realistic routine really helps. It gives us some space to get things done. It's not always about, I need to be super productive. And many of us, especially if you're starting something new, you're balancing possibly your job, your side hustle. Now you've got the holidays to go on top of it. I'm not really looking to improve my productivity per se, but I'd like some extra peace. And I think many women out there are looking for a more peaceful holiday. If you have a calm holiday, calm end of December, you can go into January ready for what you plan to do next. And that's usually the time where men and women both are thinking about, what am I going to do next? What do you want to do next? What do you want to focus on going into the new year? Is this the time that you might want to do a pivot and do something new for yourself? One of the ways that I wanted to help people is by building a system so that you can do some of those things and have a better holiday season. This is about being able to focus all year round. I built the complete celebration and lifestyle tools bundle. It's a 7 custom GPT tool designed to help women like you simplify through every season. Each tool has a job. The first one is what I call the boundaries coach. This is great when you're getting invited to all these different parties or events, work gatherings, and you're really just trying to balance, like, what do I have time for? Or 3 of us in the house were invited to a different holiday party. What are we going to do? It gives you a platform in which you can talk through what is important to you, what is important to the family, and how do you balance, and how do you make a confident decision on what you're actually going to do. Especially, this is great for somebody who struggles with boundaries. And I kind of bounce between, I'm really good with boundaries and then I'm terrible with boundaries. I think this is something that is definitely helpful. Then I have the anti-panic cleaning plan. And I love those memes that focus on the guests are coming over and the mom is insane and, trying to clean every inch of the house while the dad's like, are people going to look under the dresser or under the refrigerator? But that's what happens. You get into a cleaning frenzy and everything has to look perfect. You definitely don't enjoy it. If you're somebody who's like, I could really use a cleaning plan, that custom GPT is for you. And then The next one is our gift guru. It's helping you get organized and having a budget-friendly gifting assistant. You can put in the names of the people that you want to buy for, their likes, your cost range, and really work through your gift plan. Maybe you need help with some timing on when to buy those gifts. So that GPT would be for somebody who wants help with gifts. Not everybody is going into the holiday season feeling great, or they might feel heavy going into the holiday season. Their hearts are heavy. I have a GPT for healing through the moments. It's gentle support for when a season feels heavy or different. Maybe you need to make some new traditions with your family and you've had some life changes. This is something that can help you walk through how you're feeling and how you're going to get through the holiday. Well, something I want to say about all these GPTs is that they're not just for the holiday season and whatever holiday you celebrate. It's also for graduation parties, birthdays, any kind of event or reason that you would buy a gift is applicable to these custom GPTs. The next one is Feast Without Fear. This is the GPT that actually got me thinking I probably need something like this for families that are having large groups of people over with different allergies or food preferences. And how do you balance that? Let's say you're hosting Thanksgiving this year and you have family that is gluten-free and maybe somebody that has dairy restrictions and you want to offer some alternatives. You type in what you're looking to make and what allergens or ingredients that you're hoping to avoid. It will help you plan meals around what ingredients you'd like to avoid. The next one is the Deadline Defender. It keeps your personal and professional goals on track. If you know that you have things that you have to get done, whether it's before a graduation party, a birthday party, Christmas, whatever the case might be, you can use the Deadline Defender. And that will help you plan everything that you have to do in time to get it done. You can put in your time frame that you currently have. Hopefully it's not the day before. And our final one is our Well Said Card Buddy. If you get really hung up on what to write in a card, one of my favorites is thank you cards, because you want to say more than thank you for the money, Aunt Jane. This is a great GPT for you. It'll help you come up with things to write. And you can go through a couple iterations if you are looking for more or less or just want the right tone. If you're not comfortable using custom GPTs, but this is something that really interests you, reach out to me. I'm thinking about actually doing a video on how to use them. I know a lot of people use ChatGPT now, but there's still a lot of people that have not tried it. You don't have to have a paid membership to use them. It's pretty easy. In the future, we'll plan to make a video about how to use them. Something that I want to make sure we do as we close is have a little bit of reset. Sit somewhere quiet today, grab a pen, and think through what are your 3 priorities for the rest of the year? What really matters to you? Personally, professionally, maybe even both. So at least 3 things that are really important for you to get through the end of the year. And then circle the ones that are the most important. Those are your main focus points or your focus anchors. Look at what's cluttering your schedule. What doesn't support those things? What are things that are standing in your way between you ending the year how you want? Are they really necessary? If they're not, cross them out. Ask yourself, if I could feel one thing this season, maybe it's peaceful, present, joy, what would it be? How do you want to end the year? I'm hoping to be present. I have a lot of competing things in my life that are vying for my attention, and some of it's self-inflicted, but I want to make sure that I'm present and enjoy the holiday and not just rushing and then hoping that I can just sit once it's all over. And the goal is to simplify the holiday season with you. And that starts with clarity. That's what this exercise is about, is getting you clarity and say no to the things that are in the way. As you move through the next couple of weeks, remember this. Doesn't come from getting it all done. It comes from deciding what deserves your attention. Simplifying this time will help you open up your time for what comes next. I have a free GPT. It's called the Second Act Pathfinder. I'd love for you to sign up for it. It's a free custom GPT that helps women in midlife map out what's next. So it aligns well with going into the new year, because that's the time where people really start to focus on okay, the holidays are over. It's a new year. What am I going to do? I don't want to sound cheesy and say new year, new you, but that happens a lot. People are looking for something different. Maybe you're exploring a side hustle or a career change or just a personal passion. That's what this GPT is about. It's interactive, supportive, and gives you a starting point with clarity and direction. I'll have a link to that in the show notes. Next week, we'll be diving into something that's been on my heart for a little while, and that's why women should be using AI. I have some statistics that I'll share with you and ways that if you're like, I am afraid to try it, there's ways to try and really just to get comfortable with it. Because for those of us that have many years ahead of still working, it's something that's not going to go away. I've heard this quite a bit before, but think about when the internet came out, people were in two camps. It's going to ruin everything or embrace it and go. And I feel the same way about AI. You need to embrace it. I think use it within reason. I don't think people need to lean on it for absolutely everything, but I don't think that we should be ignoring it either. And I'd really hate for especially women to get left in the dust because we ignored it. So until then, take a deep breath, simplify what you can, and protect your peace. I'm looking forward to talking to you next week. Thanks.